IBC voted unanimously to maintain the status quo with regard to the policy repo rate, and by a majority of 5:1 to retain the accommodative policy stance. Consequently, the policy repo rate remains unchanged at 4%, and the stance remains accommodative as long as necessary to revive and sustain growth on a durable basis and continue to mitigate the impact of COVID-19 on the economy while ensuring that inflation remains within the target going forward. The marginal standing facility, that is MSF rate, and the bank rate remain unchanged at 4.25%. The reverse repo rate also remains unchanged at 3.35%. The projection for real GDP growth is retained at 9.5% in 21-22, consisting of 6.6% in Q3 and 6% in Q4 of 21-22. Real GDP growth is projected at 17.2% for Q1 22-23 and at 7.8% for Q2 22-23. CPI inflation is projected at 5.3% for 2021-22, and this consists of 5.1% in Q3 and 5.7% in Q4 of 21-22, with risks broadly balanced. CPI inflation is then expected to ease to 5% in Q1 22-23 and stay at 5% in Q2 of 22-23. In the current situation, it is important to keep inflation aligned with the target while focusing on a robust growth recovery. Simultaneously, the Reserve Bank remains cognizant of the need to ensure that financial conditions are rebalanced in a systematic, calibrated, and well-telegraphed manner while preventing buildup of financial stability risks. Price stability remains the cardinal principle of monetary policy as it fosters growth and stability. Our motto is to ensure a soft landing that is well-timed. The Reserve Bank will continue to rebalance liquidity conditions in a non-disruptive manner while maintaining adequate liquidity to meet the needs of the productive sectors of the economy. With this objective, it is now proposed to enhance the 14-day VRRR auction amounts on a fortnightly basis in the following manner. Rupees 6.5 lakh crore on December 17th and further to rupees 7.5 lakh crore on December 31st. Consequently, from January 2022 onwards, liquidity absorption will be undertaken mainly through the auction route. In order to further deepen digital payments and make them more inclusive, ease transactions for consumers, facilitate greater participation of retail customers in various segments of the financial markets, and enhance the capacity of service providers, it is proposed to, number one, there are three measures under this. Number one, it is proposed to launch UPI-based payment products for feature phone users, leveraging on innovative products from the Reserve Bank's regulatory sandbox on retail payments. Two, make the process flow for small value transactions simpler through a mechanism of on-device wallet in UPI transactions. And three, enhance the transaction limit for payments through UPI for retail direct scheme for investment of G-Secs and IPO offering applications from the current limit of rupees 2 lakhs to rupees 5 lakhs. The Indian economy is relatively well positioned on the path of recovery. but it cannot be immune to global spillovers or to possible surges of infections from new mutations, including the Omicron variant. Hence, fortifying our macroeconomic fundamentals, making our financial markets and institutions resilient and sound, and putting in place credible and consistent policies will assume the highest priority in these uncertain times.